In this video, we're going to review isosceles and equilateral triangles and talk a little bit about their angles and use those properties to find missing angles in triangles. So first, I just want to review what we did in class prior. So for example, if you have an isosceles triangle, two sides are the same, the base angles are congruent, and the base angles are across from the legs. So this is a leg. The only angle that does not touch this leg would be angle 3. So that's a base angle. Here's our other leg. The only angle that does not touch this leg would be down there. So those are your base angles, and your base angles are equal to each other. Just be careful because the triangles could be rotated in different directions and not always the base angle is on the bottom. So I could have a triangle that looks like that. So this is a leg. The only angle that does not touch that leg would be angle 3. Here's my other leg. The only angle that does not touch that leg is angle 3. So 2 and 3 are my base angles, and they're equal to each other. So that's what we talked about prior. So just to kind of bounce off that real quick to review. If we have a triangle, and those are our legs, if this angle up here is 30 degrees, and we want to find this angle, we're going to label our base angles. So this side does not touch this angle, so that's a base angle. This side doesn't touch over here, so that's a base angle. Base angles are equal to each other, so since this side is x, that base angle, that has to be x. And we could say x plus 30 equals 180. And then solve for x from there. 2x equals 150. X is 75. So that's one way of seeing a problem like that. Just to give you another picture to review. If I had a triangle that looked like this, and this angle up here is 25, and this right here is what we're looking for. I'm going to label my base angles. That's always the first thing you want to do. So here's a leg. The angle that does not touch that leg would be x. Here's a leg. The angle that does not touch that side will be over here. So base angles are equal to each other. They're congruent, which means since this angle, the red one, is 25, this has to also be 25. X is 25. So now we're going to use that and look at a word problem. So the word problem we're looking at, this is in your notes. So you want to make sure that you put that in there. This says in triangle RST, side RT is congruent to side ST. And then angle R is 9x plus 2. Angle X is 13x minus 18. And angle T is 17x plus 1. We want to find x, then we're going to plug back in to find each angle. Before we do anything, since there's not a picture, draw a picture. We're going to label it R, S, T. And then it's telling us that RT is congruent to ST. So those are my congruent sides. put that in your picture or you're going to forget that those two sides are congruent. And then they gave us some angles, so we're going to put those angles in there. Angle R is 9x plus 2. Angle S is 13x minus 18. And angle T is 17x plus 1. So we need to figure out which two angles are congruent. To do that, we want to find the base angles. So start with your legs. This leg does not touch this angle. Our other leg, down here, does not touch that angle. So those are the two angles that are congruent. Angle R will equal angle S. So those are what we're going to set equal to each other. 9x plus 2 would equal 13x minus 18. So then we're going to solve for x. And we should get x to equal 5. So we have our x value. And then we're going to plug that x value in for each of the angles. So 9 times 5 plus 2 will give you 47. 13 times 5 minus 18 will also give you 47. And then 17 times 5 plus 1 will give you 86. So we can put those values on our answers. So 47, 47, and 86. And that would be a word problem where you need to draw the picture of an isosceles triangle. Now you're going to do some practice.